Le coq. No, le coq sportif. Actually, that's a really beautiful name because French people don't wear that anymore. I didn't find anything French, so but I saw one croissant. 안녕하세요, 프랑스에서 아따란입니다. So I'm Atalan, I'm 24 years old and I'm living here in Korea for 1 year and a half. I especially read a lot, like in a lot of shops and clothes, yeah, and sometimes songs in the restaurants, so yeah. But I'm kind of not proud but happy that Korean likes French. But sometimes I'm really surprised about the names or the meaning or yeah. When I first arrived, when I saw French names or French tags on the shop, I suddenly think, oh, this is French food. But when you enter, then you realize that it is not, or kind of like Korean style French food. So yeah, at first I was really happy, like, oh, this is France. I can go and eat, and wow, so cool. But yeah, I changed my mind after experience. Yeah, actually, I had a few years ago, I had a Korean friend who wanted to open his cafe, and he asked me, oh, what should I choose for the name? I want French name, so yeah, I helped him. I was like happy that Korean people like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the Korean brands with French names. So first, tous les jours. So tous les jours means every day. Yeah, Koreans are struggling a little bit to say tous les jours, tous les jours, or something like that. But because the R is really hard to pronounce. Like, I know it as a French, like this is really, really difficult, and not only for Koreans, but also for like every country, because we are the only country who has the R, like saying like that. So yeah, I understand. No, sorry. But tous les jours is, for me, this is same as Paris Baguette or Paris Croissant, like those kind of shops. This is the ones I was talking earlier. Like when you enter and you expect French food, then you enter and you don't have French food. So I'm like, well, I don't need to go there because like this is not what I'm searching for yeah. So tout is all, les is the, and jour is day. So all the day, kind of all the day, but saying like that means every day. Yeah, actually, yes, I think it's appropriate for the shop. This is food, so you need to eat food every day. So that's really great. Actually, that's good name, even if it is it doesn't really correspond with the French things. It's really good name for a shop, I think. Yes, I did. But the first week. Because yeah, when I was walking in the street and was even after 1 week, I was already missing my food like in France. So I saw like, oh, Paris, oh, baguette. so I ran to the shop, but yeah, when I arrived, I didn't find anything French. So I was like, but I saw one croissant, which is a pastry. But regarding like the aspect of the croissant, I was like, no, I will buy something else. So I tried something else, but was just not French. But and I don't know if it is still like that because it's been a long time I didn't go to Paris Baguette. But the waiter, they had like the typical, the uniform, the typical things for French people, like the black and white lines and the hat. French people don't wear that anymore. But the lines, yes, but the hat not that much. But yeah, I was surprised of that too. I was like, oh. Okay, so actually I was really curious about hangpang because I bought that cheese. Like a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, what is hangpang? But now you're telling me like this is enfant, which means child. So yeah, just the pronunciation. But I think to translate is really hard because even the F, you don't have the F in Korean, so you cannot write it. So that's why it's complicated. Totally not. Nope. No, I was really wondering what is hangpang. Maybe I should translate. So no, I couldn't guess. Really not. Well, for me, no, because this is cheese, and in France everyone eats cheese. So, but maybe in Korea more children eat it. I don't know. But for French people, that's not really appropriate. Mon ami. Actually, that's really great name because mon ami means my friend, And I think that's not exactly well translated, mon ami in Korean, but that's really close, like really more close than the cheese. So like really closer than the cheese. So, and mon ami is like, mon ami, like you can say it really fast and really fluently. So yeah, I think that's great. Mon is my, and ami is friend. So my friend, that's cute name. Well, that's great because like this is really like peaceful and friendly names. So that's great. That one is Mongshel in Korean, Mongshel, and this is mon cher in France. So there are the R again. So that's why I really couldn't guess too. But actually that's good name too, because mon cher is like my dear, like a really chic name. So for kind of pastries or biscuits, it makes it more luxurious. Like yeah, I think. I already tried, but that's not really my taste. Like I don't hate it, but I don't like it. That's really far from French styles. But actually, I think that's typically Korean. La Neige. Actually, I really like that brand, but just for the packaging. And La Neige is really, the pronunciation is La Neige, which means La is the, and neige is snow. So the snow. And I think it's really not romantic, but kind of like a pretty name especially for cosmetics. So yeah, I never tried that brand, but I really like it because this is La Neige. First was Etude House, because that's really Korean style.
It's also French name? Etude?
Could be. Etude exists in French, but because there is house, I think that's not French then. But yeah, and this is the same translation in English and French. But yeah, first was Etude House. Actually, I already seen a cafe which was similar, like letters. But yeah, La Belle Maman. Actually, that's really beautiful name, because La Belle Maman means the beautiful mom. So that's really pretty name, because La is the, Belle is beautiful, and Maman, mom. That's great. That's good name. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the French brands, so with French name, but Korean doesn't know what it means. Le coq. Le coq sportif, which means the sportive rooster. Okay, so and what I can say about the logo, like this is the rooster on the logo, and this is the emblem of the France. So I think that's why they choose the rooster for the logo, and you can see France on the logo too. So yeah. So le, which is the, coq, which is a rooster, and sportif, which is sportive. Elle means she, female. So like she is, elle est, so elle, like she. Maybe because this is a magazine more like the target is the woman, I think, so maybe that's why. Well, that's kind of weird, actually, if you really think about like as a French person, but yeah, I think it's appropriate with the topic of the magazine, so I'm like, and this is kind of beautiful to hear, like elle. It doesn't shock me.
Korean way, this is a pronunciation of 꽁대 가르송.
꽁대 가르송. I really like Koreans who try to speak French. That's really cute. But yeah, we say comme des garçons. Still there is the R, which is so much difficult and which is hard to say too. But yeah, comme des garçons means as guy or like a guy. Like some guys, well, like guys. Same as guys, like 남자처럼. But the play is not, because on the logo there are also sometimes play, but comme des garçons, yeah, 남자처럼. If I see that, I will expect the brand to sell only men clothes. There are also women clothes. So I'm like, maybe they began with the guy and after they developed and now they sell for women too. I don't know the history of the of the brand, but I suppose it's like that. But if it's not, like, well, actually that's kind of good name too, because like really original and it means something, because sometimes it doesn't mean anything, but it means something. But that's not French. That's not French brand. I just realized that we are in the French But I think it's Japanese.
No, this is French brand. I searched it.
Ah, really? Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Japanese. Yeah, 일본.
죄송해요.
But I didn't notice too. I was talking. But I was like, hey.
죄송해요. Oh, it is my mistake. It is my mistake.
So today we talked about the French name of Korean brands. So it was really quite interesting. So if you like it, just stand up and subscribe. Thank you.